Hi guys. We are doing a Orange County Housewives recap today. We will be doing these until the season is over. And if you have any other shows that you want me to do recaps on, please comment below. Most of you know me as the Bravo Mom on TikTok or Instagram. My name is Ashley. Thank you for being here. Let's get into last night's episode of Real Housewives of Orange County. I have to tell you guys, every single time that I thought the lying was going to stop, it just kept going and going and going. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So Gretchen starts off by playing dumb. And Jen also seems to be avoiding responsibility of knowing any of this information. And we see Katie blatantly lying. Not only lying to the girls on the show, the cast, but lying to the audience. That whole situation that transpired in the hotel room between her and Gretchen and Jen before they went to the dinner the night that Tamra removed herself from the cast trip, Katie was lying. So we see the women go on a swamp alligator tour. I thought it was very interesting how they placed Katie and Gretchen up front. Anyone else think that was interesting? I did. And I kept wondering if this was Lana Del Rey's husband hosting this tour. When they said that male alligators are deadbeat dads and the producers pan to Gretchen, I live for that level of shadiness because bravo. Gina is smart. After hearing this information about Katie talking to Kiki and talking to a journalist, she says, well, I called the journalist up. I called him, and I would like to note again, a lot of people were speculating on TikTok and Instagram that I was the journalist. I was the second person who did not want to be named. I think it's all very obvious now that it's a man and it was not me. So things start to unravel for Gretchen when the women arrive at the Bourbon House for dinner. Gretchen's true colors start to emerge. She comes across as vindictive. She's clearly holding a grudge against Tamra. She is seen aligning herself with the new girls, which seems to be easy because Jen hates Tamra. And for some reason, Katie just has it out against Heather Dubrow. I can't quite figure it out. She appears to be orchestrating a very dangerous game of telephone, leaving no receipts, letting bloggers, journalists do her dirty work. Hypocrisy abounds in her confessionals, where she calls others liars, manipulators, and connivers. Those are Gretchen's words. To this very day, Gretchen has been working overtime trying to follow and befriend their Bravo accounts to get people on her side. And she must have learned this from Katie Janela. So Jen flips on Katie in an effort to be accepted by the group, despite previously being an accomplice to the lie. This is where it got really crazy when she was telling Katie to just call Kiki. Just call Kiki up. It just reminds me of Kris Jenner saying, just call Taylor up, doesn't it? I have to tell you, I honestly think Tamra leaving the trip early was such a blessing in disguise for her because they had no one else to pick on, to fight with, to blame, to gaslight. They know how to push Tamra's buttons and get her to react. And I'm so glad that she left because look what happened. She's gone from one dinner and she's the entire conversation. And these women all flipped on each other. So we see Jen working overtime to be friends with the other housewives. Last season, we would have never dreamed of seeing Jen hanging out with Emily. Do I think Jen likes Emily? Absolutely not. Does she want to be accepted? Absolutely. Like her life depends on it. For those of you who are not familiar with Orange County or Goat Hill Tavern, it is such a dive. If you know, you know. But for those of you who don't know, I'm going to let you know how it smells. Goat Hill Tavern smells like stale beer, cigarettes, vomit, and regret. That's what it smells like. And these women spent glam to go there. Reeks in there. I just cannot believe that they showed up there like that. I did really enjoy the dinner between Heather and Tamara. They are good, solid friends. Tamara does her Tamara thing, playing the victim. No one checked on me. And Heather sets her straight and says, I called you, I text you, you didn't respond to me. And I know Tamara's going through a lot. End of the episode, we see Katie talking with her husband about the naked, wasted stuff. And she says, did you hear Slade say anything along the lines of, Gretchen and going to the hospital? He says, I can tell you this, you did not make it up. And I really like Katie's husband. I think he's a good husband. He protects his wife. He speaks up. He doesn't overstep. He doesn't come across as aggressive. My only wish, Katie would actually listen to her husband and take his advice. By the end, we see Katie and Jen and Gretchen. They're all turning on each other. So in the preview for next week, we see a bombshell. They are bringing Kiki Monique. All is being revealed. And this makes me so happy because I know that Kiki Monique has been dragged for weeks. Katie not only should have cleared this up, but she owes Kiki Monique a huge, huge public apology. Nobody deserves the kind of hate and bullying and harassment that she received. I'm going to give this week's episode of Orange County 5 big, fat, juicy oranges. I thought it was so good. There was not one moment that was not entertaining. The alligator tour or Gina almost choking on a big fat oyster, Heather and Emily kind of going at it, being catty, Emily sharing her situation with her son, and her husband just having like really real, raw, vulnerable conversations. This whole entire episode was fantastic, and I will see you guys next week. Make sure you like and subscribe.